in the Michigan Army National Guard. Whether on the playing field or the battlefield, you must be both physically and mentally fit.
If you're injured, you owe it to yourself and your teammates to get back to peak performance. It doesn't matter if you've got a broken bone, depression, a traumatic brain injury, PTSD, or another psychological wound.
Getting help shows strength, not weakness.
To find out more, go to realwarriors.net or call 866-966-1020.
Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. I call this village board meeting to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Bush? Here. Trustee Frankie?
Here.
Trustee Jerish?
Here.
Trustee Miller?
Here.
Trustee Prochnow? Here. Trustee Schmidt?
Here. Do not check your watches. This is exactly 7 o'clock. And I said before, I'll say one last time, it's a Festivus miracle. We are starting on time. With that said, we're going to now move on to the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. Tonight we have Pastor Nogata from the Village Point Church. Everyone please rise. Pastor, it's all yours.
Let's pray together. Our Father, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you that we get to be together tonight, and there's things that need to be resolved, things that need to be addressed, and we ask that you give the mayor and the board wisdom to lead with excellence, to lead with a servant's heart, to lead in a way that seeks to care for the people in Elk Grove. We thank you for this amazing place that you have given us, for the safety that we can enjoy together, for the fun that we can enjoy together. What a joy, what a blessing it is. We look in so many different places that are falling apart, and we are blessed beyond measure here. And so we thank you for that. We pray that you would, again, lead and guide. May we draw wisdom from the only one who can give us what we need. And I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. The flag's to my right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Folks, please be seated. Pastor, I want to thank you again. Even a miracle for him. He's been doing our invocations many times. They actually done it at 7:03. It's unbelievable. So because it's such a great time, I'm going to give you a lot tonight, Pastor. Thank you very much. Everything going good with the church?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, again, we thank you for everything. Thank you all the church does, and
Thank you.
appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, we now move on to the approval of the minutes of April 9th, 2024.
I move that we approve the minutes of April 9th, 2024 as provided and dispense with the reading.
We have a motion by Trustee Prochnow, second. No, second by Trustee Jeffrey Charles Frankie. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record show unanimous approval. You missed it last meeting, Trustee Prochnow. We got to the approval of the minutes, and it was silent for like 30 hours. No one knew what to do, but we finally, I think Trustee Frankie made the
Stumbled.
motion.
I did
Stumbled
not
through
miss
it.
it. I was watching it from home. It made me feel quite special.
Oh, thanks.
So with that said, we move on now to the Mayor and Board of Trustees report. We have a few things, including some presentations coming up. Before we get to that, if you're comfortable, I'd like to go through my stuff first so we can save the best for last. Is that good?
Sure.
Kobe, you mind?
It's your
Good?
show, sir.
Okay. First off, back on Thursday, April 11th, Sheffield finally had their ribbon cutting for the restaurant over there by the Belvedere in real time. 1 year anniversary. So we did the ribbon cutting that day. Had a lot of fun, and they're doing well. We're excited about them. And if everyone has been there yet, take advantage. They have specials. I think 3 to 5 half price on things, except the steaks, everything else. So they got a beautiful place, doing well. Take a chance and going by and seeing it. Also, on April 11th, we had our Envision open house. For people that aren't aware, we are putting together like a long-term game plan for this village. Ideas people have for the future uses, developments coming up. And 145 people showed up that night. And according to people working it, they said that's a phenomenal turnout. They have that many people show up. But for anyone that didn't make it, you can go on our website, go on elkgrove.org. Is it under the term Envision? It's on our front page. You can't miss it. And you can look at the same photographs, ideas, plans that everyone saw that night at our open house. And give your comments. We want your comments. I think the most popular thing that night, Caroline, the dog park? The dog park. Potential. Remember, these things may happen. They may not happen. They may happen in a year. They may happen in 20 years. It's just getting ideas of thinking outside the box for this village. You know, one thing people always talk about, Mary got so many vacant stores. Okay, well, here's new ideas what to do with those store areas. Hey, driving down streets get boring, looks the same, looks different. We give ideas what to do with that. So this is an idea to make changes to make Elk Grove a stronger community for the next 50 years and beyond. So go on our website, give us your ideas, input, and we'll compile the results and talk more about it in the near future. On April 18th, last Thursday, I gave my State of the Village address before the Business Chamber. Actually, it was quite an honor. We had the largest crowd ever for the delivery of my speech on the State of the Village. Over 200 people showed up, which was a nice turnout, good crowd, a lot of our big business people there to see what's going on. And basically the message was, I'll say it again tonight, this village is doing extremely well. We're doing excellent. We're excited about that. We want so many things going on for us that are beneficial to the community and more importantly, beneficial to the residents of this community. So Elk Grove is the place to be. No offense to Buffalo Grove, but Elk Grove is the place to be. We're both Groves, so we're close. So it was an honor to do that, and we enjoyed that. Also that night, I met with the residents that backed up to the WGN property. Remember, in the long term, a data center is looking to be developed there. One of the issues we want to address with this development coming is water issues that have existed over there for probably 50, 60 years. Remember, WGN property is basically swampland. They want swampland for those towers to transmit radio signals. Water enhances the transmission. So being by swampland, you have effects of water sometimes. So we're going to take this opportunity to help address water issues that exist in the area, and this is one of the phases we're looking to address. So we had the residents show up, went very well. They're very appreciative, and we're glad that we're able to take care of that on behalf of those residents. Next, as people know, we're going to be giving out an award to our Public Works. They're going to be receiving an accreditation tonight. And that is very important. Let me explain why. When you receive accreditation, these are national accreditation recognitions. It shows you're the best of the best. You're an elite company, and it means a lot. And with Public Works getting theirs tonight, it puts Elk Grove in an unbelievable elite status. And let me kind of give you a little overview. We're still going to recognize tonight, but a little overview about the village. Caroline? So tonight, as we said before, the Public Works will become nationally accredited. I think it was, what, a 3-year process, Kobe? 3-year process? Yes, sir. 3-year process. I mean, they put you through a ringer beyond belief to show you that you deliver the best. And with this tonight, it'll make our Public Works only the 10th Public Works accredited in the state of Illinois. The only 10th one in the entire state. We have thousands of communities. To do that is really impressive. Caroline? Not long ago, if you remember, our building and property maintenance division, our building department, became accredited. They were the first in the state, and only the 24th in the nation to achieve that status. The first in the state to get that. Caroline? Our fire department, not long ago, I think it was about a year or so ago, right, Rich? About a year ago, our fire department achieved the highest designation a fire department can get, an ISO rating of a 1. That's Insurance Service Office ranking of number 1. Number 1 makes you in the top 1% of all fire departments in the state of Illinois. We're in the top 1%. The other thing they received, I think maybe a year before that, they received the accreditation ranking for the fire department, which made them one of just 118 worldwide to get that accreditation. So they achieved an ISO 1 and an accreditation also. Caroline? And everyone knows our police department since 1993, 30 years ago, received CALIA certification. I know their Trustee Schmidt was very instrumental in that when he was a police officer and a chief here in Elk Grove, and we've been reaccredited 9 times. So what that means is, Caroline, all 4 of our major departments, building, public works, fire, police, have national accreditations, and we are the first town in the state and one of only 3 in the country that have all 4 accreditations, rankings like that. Only 3 in the country have that, and we're one of them. That really speaks volumes to the quality of people, the quality of departments we have serving Elk Grove Village. Every resident should be so proud of that. That means you have the best of the best helping serve this community to make it better, to make your quality of life better, and living here the best it can be. And here's the kicker that's the icing on the cake. Caroline? We've achieved that while still maintaining the lowest property tax rate in all Northwest Cook County. Lower than Schaumburg, Mount Prospect, Hoffman Estates, Des Plaines, you name it, Buffalo Grove. You name it, we're the best. We got the best people. We deliver the best to you at the most cost-affordable way. We're very proud of that. So what I mean by the cost-effective, you take your home, $300,000 home, and put it in any of those other towns, you will pay higher property tax rates than you do here in Elk Grove. So that is quite an achievement. The Public Works put us over the top tonight, and I cannot tell you how important that is to this board and this community to be able to do that. Because that, and people in Elk Grove and business in Elk Grove deserve nothing less than the best, and we're glad to do it. So we want to just take a second to talk about that and let everybody know about that. One more thing I'd like to talk about tonight, if I can quickly. First off, we have our next coffee with the board happening on Saturday, May 4th, but we're moving. It won't be at the Village Hall. It's going to be the old bank building, Elk Grove Bank and Trust building on Turner. You can't miss it. It's 50 Turner. 75 Turner. We'll have those signs up there. It's a bigger space for us. It's a beautiful building. We bought it not long ago, about a year ago. We're going to utilize that, elevator, everything's signed. So when you come to coffee on May 4th, we need more space, to be honest. We were too crowded what we had in Elk Grove here, or in the Village Hall here. So we're moving over there, which gives us more space, make everyone more comfortable to be part of that. So keep that in mind when you come for the next coffee. Next, I want to just talk very briefly about some people I'm sure have seen, heard, read about, and that is the village's purchasing of the building over there on Turner, where Munchie's Pizza Place is located, the Mix Hair Salon, and Turner Liquor is located. As we announced last board meeting, we've come to an agreement with the owner. We are purchasing and close that next Tuesday, the 30th of April. And we're excited to be able to make that all come fruition. Tonight, you'll see the item on the agenda, working on an agreement with the Mix Hair Salon. We've got one with Turner Liquors. All worked out fine, and everything's going along good there. Anyone that's been watching, obviously, Facebook or seen the paper today and all that, saw that we thought we had worked through and talked through all this at a meeting in February. Obviously, it's not, or January was. Obviously, it was not. And the attorney for Munchie's reached out to push one of the papers here to do a story. My personal opinion, hoping to get some sympathy, but I think when people know the facts, they're going to see the village is bending over backwards for people. And then the attorney did something I've never seen. I think Mr. Storino has been an attorney for a very long time. He's never seen an attorney decided to post stuff on Facebook sites. Usually attorneys don't do that. As Mr. Knickerbocker, our village attorney, who's been practicing over 50 years here in the village, he said in his 50 years, he's never in his opinion seen an attorney go so low as to do something on Facebook like that. If there's an issue, they usually work it out, talk. People talk on there, but to have an attorney is highly unusual. And it's fine if he wants to do that. The ironic thing is, this attorney, unfortunately, does not know how to embrace the truth. And that's sad to say that. First off, he admits on his writing that he was just hired on April 10th. Our discussions have been going on since back in December. He was not party to any of them, was not privy to the discussions going on as they happened, yet he's making comments on it. And give you some examples, which is unfortunately, we have to even discuss it, but he writes in here, his words, "The first time the village spoke with Marie about the situation, Craig Johnson told her that given her age, he couldn't imagine she'd want to relocate because she only had a good couple years left." That's an outright lie that he said that. And I'm being honest and straight. That's a lie. I've told people what's happened. I've told the staff, I've told the board, I've told the public. When I talked to Marie back in December, I offered her a chance to relocate. Marie said to me, and I quote, "Mayor, I don't want to locate. You know, it's going to cost more, taxes higher." And she goes, "I'm 74 years old. I don't want to do that." She said, "You know, I may be working only another year or two. I don't want to go through all that." That's what was said, not me saying that. That's not right for him to say that. But again, he wasn't even part of this at that time. And where he's pulling this out of, I don't know, but not right. He goes on to say, additionally, Mr. Johnson has repeatedly told the public that the village of Munchie's have an agreement in principle. Munchie's has nothing agreed to anything. That's a lie. Marie and I talked several times in December. We did have an agreement in principle. The agreement was she was going to sell to us. She had set a price she'd like to get. She wanted $150,000. I said, I will try to get that for you, Marie. I cannot promise it, but I'm going to try to get you that $150,000 if I can. But it depends on what I got to pay the other tenants and what I pay for the building to buy it. We only have a certain amount of money we can work within. We got to make sure we can justify everything to the taxpayers. That's our job. We represent taxpayers, got to justify it. So we tried hard. We negotiated with the Mix, to Nagy at Turner Liquors, and with the owner. The owner came down the building $25,000. We worked everything out. At the end of the deal, what we came up with, we couldn't come up with $150,000, but we did come up with $80,000 in cash, 5 months. Now, the attorney, again, not knowing what he's saying, he says reduced rent. Again, he doesn't know what he's talking about. We said rent-free. Not reduced. It was going to be free for 5 months, with it's worth $20,000. Marie pays $4,000 a month, and we'd waive her license fees on June 1st. She's got liquor license, gaming license, all that. That's $4,000 to $5,000. So we came to Marie. I told her we got about $105,000 in value for you. I said, Marie, it's the best we can do. When I told her that, I said I was imploring her to take the offer. And the reason it was important for me to implore her to do that is this part here, the important part. The attorney talks about how Marie has had a lease since 2002. She has. In that lease, though, there's some caveats, important caveats. The lease says, the lease goes from 2002 to 2007, the original lease. Then the tenant may renew the lease for 6 extended terms of 4 years each. In other words, every 4 years, she would have to send in written notice that she wants to extend it for another 4 years. She has to do that. The tenant shall exercise such renewals, if at all, by giving written notice to the landlord not less than 60 days prior to the expiration of the initial term and any subsequent renewals. So Marie had to give written notice 6 days in advance of that 4-year anniversary that she wants to renew. So, where does that bring us to this day? Marie has not signed extensions to that contract. We know of, over the past number of years, I can't go all the way back to 2007, but for the past number of years, she has not signed extensions to the contract. And then, she didn't do that, and on top of that then, Marie is going back, we got checks back to, bear with me, March of 23, over a year ago. We got checks back that Marie gave to the landlord, and on there she writes month to month and signs it. Month to month and signs it. Month to month and signs it. Now, we have talked to 5 different real estate law firm experts. All 5 has said she's month to month. And in fact, Mr. Strino is considered an expert in the legal field of this area. Mr. Strino, what would you deem this to be with her lease?
There is no lease. The lease is over. It's terminated, and the notes on the checks for the last year just simply validate that the tenant understood that it was a month-to-month tenancy, which is not a lease.
So we've heard that from 5, and actually some of the real estates are part of one of the biggest law firms in the city of Chicago. We wanted the best before we did anything. So her lease has been done. Now, I think it was the paper somewhere that said that Marie just recently, in the past week or so, signed another extension. There's nothing to sign, because Mr. Strino just said, the lease is gone. Once that 60 days pass and the term ended, technically that lease is done. Marie went on a month-to-month lease, and she knew it. She agreed to it. And it's just, as Mr. Strino said, it just validated the fact she's on a month-to-month lease. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up is because when we negotiate properties, the big key to what value there is for the tenants is their lease. The longer lease they have, the more value there is to the lease that we have to compensate for. The Mix had a 9-year lease. 9 years. Nagy had till the end of December. Marie had month to month. Now, I know council won't like me saying this, but we were told by a number of the firms, you owe Marie nothing, Mayor. She's entitled to 30 days notice, and that's it. Nothing. The other ones were entitled to some money, and we were doing it. We as a board couldn't do that. We have hearts. I've known Marie for all the time. I've been here all life, I've gone to her place, talked about different issues over times. But again, we tried to work with her. If I could have gotten the 150, we would have. We couldn't. But we did get her $80,000, the free rent and all that. That's why I implored her to take the offer. Anyone else bought their place, she would have gotten nothing. They were given 30 days notice, gone. Matter of fact, the owner of the center came to Matt about 4 months ago, said, do you want me to give her 30 days notice? She'll be gone. Matt talked to me and said, do not do that. We want to try to work with her. So we told the owner not to do it. Obviously, in hindsight, we probably made a mistake. But we tried to be nice and fair. And that's all we could do. And again, I don't like sitting up here talking about this. It shouldn't need to be talked about. We did the whole negotiations, worked everything out with all those places at Arlington Heights Road and Higgins. We worked it out. Now, this lawyer brings up a bunch of stuff. He has no clue what he's talking about. When he talks about Rose Garden, he said they got a 16-month lease left. They also were paying $25,000 a month in rent. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Marie paid $4,000 a month. That's what she had invested. There's no comparison. But when you don't have facts on your side, you start grabbing anything you can and throwing it up against the wall, see what sticks. That's what this attorney's doing. Stuff he's talking about, he's mixing apples and oranges. That's a whole different development, whole different source of funds. Everything's different. But no matter what, wherever we went as a board, we worked to try to treat these people as fairly as humanly possible. And we did. And it hurts me to sit there and say now that we gave them all the time we could. They had till 5 o'clock today. The attorney knew it. They passed up the opportunity. Our offer's gone now. Now we got to treat Marie like the attorneys all told us from those law firms. She's got a month-to-month lease, and that's how she'll be treated now. And it's a shame. We didn't want to do that. But we have to do what's best for this village. We tried to bend over backwards, and that's the things. You got a lawyer calling the paper to write a story. Why? Because he wants us to look bad, like we're the big ogres, and we're picking on her, and that they look good, that, oh, we'll just pour us. They want to be martyrs. It's not true. I mean, look at the paper. They're putting us out of business. Pizzeries' days are numbered in the least disputed village. Put us out of business. You know, Marie told us she had the place up for sale a few years ago. She couldn't get a price. So she was looking to sell it one time and get out. She agreed with us in December for $150,000 she'd get out. And now they put up stories out, oh, I don't want to leave. I want to keep working. That's not true, folks. What I'm telling you is the facts. And it's a shame we have to go through this. Marie's a great person. I've known her a long time. I liked Munchies. I went to Munchies. But they went down a bad path. And I think they're getting real poor advice now, in my opinion, from this lawyer. But again, that was their choice. So I just want the public to know the truth. This is what's happening. This is exactly what's going on. And we'll move on now. We shouldn't have to discuss it again. It's over with. We're going to be done with everything. So, again, want to just go through all that. We're sorry we had to do that. I apologize to the Public Works people on that. And we'll move on from that. One last thing I want to show before we do the awards. And then after we get done with Public Works, the board's got an announcement to make on something else. Remember, we have our concerts coming up. And for people here, we got the Beach Boys starting 4th of July. You don't know all the bands, do you?
I do.
You
I
do? Who's after the Beach Boys?
Martina McBride.
Who's on for Rotary Fest, the third one?
Neon Trees.
The fourth one?
The Four Tops.
And the fifth one?
Brett Michaels.
Now you know why he's our attorney. Very good, very good. Can you name one song from Neon Trees?
Absolutely not.
If I gave you $1 million cash, could you get it?
I just lost $1 million.
You and me both. But what we want to announce tonight is a little something special. I think Buffalo Grove has done this already, so we're maybe copying someone out there. We're going to do something different after the concert with the Neon Trees. You know, on Saturday night at Rotary Fest, we do a nice fireworks show, fireworks spectacular, excuse me, but we're going to try something different. After the Neon Trees concert, everyone's just going to stay in their seats, look above the stage, and taking off from the Kenny Graham softball field will be the village's first ever drone show. Caroline. So, our first drone show will be held that night. We're excited about it. Am I right? Was it Buffalo Grove that did you do a drone show? It wasn't. Maybe it was Wheeling. I know it was some town up by you did one, so we heard about. So we're going to be doing our first one. So we're looking forward to everyone turn out that night, something different. We're always looking for new excitements for this community, and so we look forward to doing that. So with that said, thank you, Caroline, for a nice job. And by the way, we all should be very happy for Caroline tonight. Am I allowed to? Sure. Caroline is expecting her first baby.
Yay!
So congratulations. So that's why I say I'm extra nice to her. So I want to make sure. So with that said, Kobe, you want to come on down? Bring them all down. No, Kobe, come on over here too.
Thank you.
We'll get them all down. Come on, everyone's got to come down. Now, after we get done with everything, we're going to do a picture. We want all of you to stand up where you're at so you can be part of the picture. We line up in front. Make sure I'll get in it. Again, tonight, we're here to recognize the Public Works for getting their accreditation, a lot of work. So I'm going to let you take it over.
Thank
It's all
you.
yours. Now, remember, right there's the camera.
Yep.
Looking at the way the numbers I saw on my computer, about 1.9 billion right now. It'll tick up, though, once they know you're on the air. So
Excellent.
Don't be
Thank
too
you. Thank you, Mayor Johnson. Thank you, Board of Trustees, for inviting us here to the meeting this evening. My name is Mike Skibby, and besides serving as the Deputy Village Manager and Public Works Director in nearby Buffalo Grove, if you don't know where that's at, Chief might know because it's near Barrington. So, we also appreciate the friendly competition between villages. I think it's better local government through peer pressure, probably. This is a great day for Public Works, and as I understand it, the fourth major department accredited here in Elk Grove Village. Congratulations are certainly in order. You, your residents, and your business community know what a great public works department looks like already. Now, they've made the national spotlight. Accreditation is a mark of professionalism, indicating that a public works agency has made commitment to continuous improvement in the delivery of public works services. Through a multi-year documentation process, APWA has provided a valid and objective evaluation of your department's policies, practices, and procedures. A team of evaluators consisting of experienced public works professionals from the states of Virginia and Florida reviewed a total of 363 practices to confirm the department's compliance with internationally recognized management practices. I am proud to report that the department achieved a very high 99% full compliance with all applicable practices. Following the recommendation of the evaluation team, the Accreditation Council for APWA granted full accreditation to the Elk Grove Village Public Works Department, only the 10th in the state of Illinois. I would now like to present this plaque to Director Colby Basham to recognize this achievement. I'd also like to say job well done to Accreditation Manager Kelly Grennan, and congratulations to the entire Public Works Department.
This is a very proud day for us. When I brought to these professionals this idea of being accredited, I did it right after COVID started, which is a really bad time to do such a thing. And it took us a lot of turns along the way, but these people hung in and put in the work that was necessary, and just so proud to be a part of this team and proud for this accomplishment for the village. So it's really cool.
You should be.
Yeah, very cool.
And one thing, we've got, I always brag, and I always will brag, we've got the best police. We always say we back the blue 1,000,000% here in Elk Grove. Our fire department, second to none. Our administration staff and all this. The guys that I always say sometimes get forgotten but shouldn't be are these guys and ladies here. At 3 in the morning when that water main breaks and it's 25 below zero, I've seen them. They're out there working away, fixing that main, so when you get up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m., take your shower, that water's going. And that is these guys' work. Plowing snow, trimming trees, fixing sidewalks, whatever it is, they're the ones that keep things going. And that means a lot. And again, it's not glamorous. It's not the ones you always think of. We see the policemen driving around uniform cars, which is great. Firemen with the sirens, nice big trucks, that's good. You really don't see these guys working, but they're out there all the time. And if you really want to see what they do, on May 18th, Saturday, from 9 to 1, we have our open house for Public Works. And it's at the facility on Devon, the big, beautiful one we built for them. And come on by and see it, because you'll be shocked when you see the equipment we have. It'll blow you away, the size, what that can be done, what they can do. They show you stuff at that open house, how they look at things, dig things, look at or work and fix things. Come on by, please. Plus you get what, free hot dogs? Free hot dogs, popcorn, slushies. Come on, but I'm serious, come by, because you gotta see what they do. They truly make a village. Because remember the old saying, your house is only as strong as your foundation. These folks keep that foundation strong, and that's what counts. So on behalf of the village, we say thank you. God bless you for all your work and effort, and you're not forgotten by us. You know that. We always remember you. So thank you for that. So let's go down, get a picture. As you walk by, wait a minute. Hang on. You come by, wait. Let the mayor of Buffalo Grove know. We give out chocolates. They have the village logo and my heart doctor likes because of dark chocolate. So let them know. Oh, everyone gets, go on by. No, two. There you go. A couple each. Go ahead. Go on. Come on by. Come on. Everyone gets somebody come by. No, thank you guys. Thank you, buddy. There you go. Hang on. There you go. Hang on. There you go. No problem. Thank you guys. Right, two. Get two. There you go. Hang on. There you go, buddy. You got it. There you go. There you go. Thank you. There you go, buddy. Okay, guys all in? Good job.
Stay out of this.
Wait, when it says go? I know. I use it with President Biden. He's told me that. Good? We used to have our police officers do it, but it would look like we were all dead. You know, they put like white lines around us. We were up there, so.
We have chalk.
We all good?
I have chalk, yes.
2 rows? You what?
You're white? Sure. Okay.
Short people in front?
That's me.
Sure. You all in the front. She's an uphill
Come here. Oh, wait. Well, good for you. Oh, with Michelle, that's right. Oh, my God. Yeah, go better? Tom, tell Todd to get you a better camera.
They're moving.
Yeah, they're moving.
Wider angle.
They keep moving. One more.
Good?
Congratulations, guys.
All right, now.
Good job.
Poses. Everybody find the right seat.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Todd, Court.
Wow. Kopi Basham, that's big.
They start the season yet?
They're like 8-4 right now.
8-4.
Okay, one last thing on the mayor's report. Trustee Prochnow, you wanted to say something tonight?
I just wanted to make a little statement here. There's been a lot of talk over the last year, and I know it seems like next April's election is so far, far away, but time does fly, and I want to be very clear about my future plans as a village trustee. When I was elected to my 7th term in 2021, I said that this would be my last term. 28 years is a pretty good run. I also have served on the zoning board and the plan commission previous to my time as a trustee. It's time to take a step back. I will not be running for trustee in 2025, so that means there will be an open seat at the next municipal election. Thank you.
Chris, thank you for everything.
I get
And
emotional. It's been a long time.
You've done a
Sorry.
phenomenal job for this village. We're better because of it. Thank you. Well, mine's Trustee Frankie, make a quick statement if you want to.
Yes, I like everybody. Thank you. Yeah, well, just to say that I will probably never ever put in as much time as Chris said. All the great years that she's done, and learned a lot from her and that, and I do appreciate being on the board with her for that period of time. I was always kicking it around whether or not I would run again, but we have a lot of things happening, and I've decided under threat of life out from somebody back there that I should run one more time. So I am going to run again come next April. So again, I won't get as many years in as you, but I do appreciate all the time.
It's not a contest, Jeff. It's the quality of what you do.
Well, exactly, and again, it's all the years that you've done it, it's been really good. But I intend on doing it one more time.
Thank you.
Yay!
Trustee Bush?
Yes, thank you, Chris, for your time. As many of you, or I think she's told people, she was my first soccer coach in Elk Grove, and when I started teaching the leadership and service class at Elk Grove, she met with me over the summer to talk about all the different opportunities for our students to get involved with. So, her legacy, not just as a trustee, but also things that I've been able to do and things that the people of Elk Grove have been able to do. So thank you for your leadership and example for everybody.
And I'm not going anywhere yet.
No, right. Yeah, we've still got plenty of time to learn.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for motivating me to serve, and I will also be running again in 2025 with Jeff. So thank you.
Last, obviously, myself speaking, I sit and I look at the window out there when you come in the council and it says, success through teamwork. And I see the names up there, and obviously, Chris, your name's up there, and Jeff, and that's what's been unique about us. You know, we've been here, you came as trustee when I first became mayor, and we've worked well together. And one of the reasons we're successful is because we do work as a team. We don't play petty games, we don't fight. If you don't win your vote, you unite together and move on together. And hopefully, maybe next time you bring an issue, it goes. So we understand at the end of the day, we have to work what's best for this village. And you've exhumed that and showed it all the time to everyone. And obviously, in my case, I thought my time was starting to really wind down. I talked about that and all the rest. The amazing thing is, I didn't realize we'd have such a turnover on this board. People don't realize 5 years ago, as we're sitting here, the average trustee had 27 years experience, just 5 years ago. A year from now, with Jeff's 18 years experience, we'll still have only 5 years. So we've lost a lot of experience, a lot of guidance as we move on. So my thought was, as we bring new board members on, we're going to have at least one, and we bring them on and we work together. We kind of learn from each other, understand things. You do need some experience and some mentorship involved in that. And with Jeff looking to enter again, I plan on doing one more term. So I will be running again next time for election. A number of people have been asking me, what am I going to do? Are you going to do it again? Mayor, all that. And we're going to do it. We're going to do one more time. So we're going to try to get through this. I've seen a lot of change and growth from Joe already, and Tammy, and Steve's got a lot with the village and that, and Kathy. I'm very optimistic where this village board's headed. Very optimistic. And I think we'll be getting there very soon. So new leadership's coming. It's coming through. It's funny, 5 years ago, everyone said, oh, you guys have been together so long, all this. Look how quick it changes.
So quick.
In just 5 years, you're basically, almost the entire board's being changed. So I'll be also running again, and look forward, if the people choose to put me in again, I'll be looking forward to working for the village again. So with that said, we'll move on now to trustees' report. And why don't we start with Chris, Trustee Prochnow.
Okay, Well, I just have one thing. We're winding down on the Winter Farmers Market. I attended last Saturday. There's 2 more farmers markets left over at the Christus Victor Church. They are the 1st and 3rd Saturday in May from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then beginning in June, we'll be having our weekly farmers market in the Village Square. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Schmidt?
Yes, Chris, good luck. It's been a pleasure working with you. We'll have more time to talk.
I was going to say, I
Yes.
feel like I'm getting
No,
booted
not
out
yet,
now.
not yet. Last night, I attended a meeting with the Tollway Authority. They gave us an update on the progress of the I-490 interchange and the cut through around O'Hare Field. And a couple things that are going to affect Elk Grove Village is in June, the Tollway Authority is going to be meeting with businesses along York Road south of Devon. They're going to be redoing York Road from Devon down to, basically down to Irving Park Road. And they're going to leave the area at Thorndale open until they finish that interchange. And if you go down York Road, you're going to see that all the concrete is put in up until west of York Road, up to York Road. The next phase of that area there is going to be the bridges over York Road, and they are putting out bids for that right now. So that construction should start later this year. So it's going to be a very busy area there, and it's going to affect the traffic coming in and out of Elk Grove Village. The other project that's going to affect Elk Grove is they've started work, if you go down Toohey Avenue, on the overpass. They're going to build an overpass over the railroad tracks so we won't get stuck by trains anymore if you go travel eastbound on Toohey outside of the village. They're going to be putting a side road in there, and then they're going to build an overpass over the railroad tracks, and that's going to take several years, so that's going to be another major project. So traffic on the east side of town coming in and out of Elk Grove Village is going to be affected by these construction projects, but it's going to be great when it's done. The Tollway State of Illinois is handling the York Road project, and Cook County Department of Transportation is taking care as the lead agency for the building of the overpass over the railroad tracks just west of Mount Prospect Road. So they're very busy. They got a lot of work on the south end. I'm not going to get into that because that's down by Franklin Park and that, but they have a lot of work to do down there. They're relocating railroad tracks so they can put bridges up, and they got to build new tracks. So there's a lot of work to be done on this project. You don't realize how much work has to be done on a project like this, but they're hoping to open up the 490 extension in phases. And Mayor, I just want to tell you, remember when we had that map that showed they were going to come west of Elmhurst Road, and we successfully worked on that? The 490 bypass around the northern part over here is going to be so close to the runways that they actually have the lights, the approach lights, are going to be over the expressway. They're building bridges right now. So when you're going northbound on the 490 towards the Jane Addams Tollway, you're going to be riding underneath the approach lights for the runways. That's how close. So we've lost one building there. We saved a lot of our business park, but that's how close the bypass is going to be to the runways.
And that's why it's so critical.
Yes.
We did that card thing and everything.
Yes.
Got them to push it on the airport.
Yes,
That was good.
yes.
Thank
We're
you.
going to have another meeting probably in September. We'll give you more of an update. So again, just be careful when you're driving around Toohey Avenue and again Divine and York Road, and in the construction areas. Be careful when you're driving through that, along with the construction that's going on in our community with the road improvements we're doing. Please slow down when you're going through the construction zones, and be careful with our public works people when they're out there working. They do a great job for us, but they'll be out there on the streets. Just be careful when you're driving through those areas. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Jerish.
I just want to remind people again, as Mayor Johnson did, that if you did not have the opportunity to attend the Envision Elk Grove meeting last week, please visit the website and help us out by taking the survey. You can either go to the village website, or you can type in envisionelkgrove.com, and that'll take you right to the survey. My second announcement is the National Day of Prayer is coming up on Thursday, May 2nd. And just a little bit of history about that. The National Day of Prayer is an annual observance held the first Thursday of May, inviting people to pray for the nation It was created in 1952 by a joint resolution of the United States Congress and signed into law by President Harry Truman. So just kind of a fun fact. Our village is celebrating that day by a luncheon prayer event at Kenneth Young Center. And in this month's Villager, which is soon to come out, you can register to attend the event so we know how many to plan on for lunch. So that begins at noon on May 2nd. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Jerish. Trustee Jeffrey Charles Frankie.
No report.
Trustee Miller.
Thank you. I have two things to announce. The first one is from the Community Character Coalition. It's called Pack the Pantry. It will be taking place on May 18th. That's a Saturday in front of Jewel from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. The Jewel that I'm talking about is on Biesterfield and Arlington Heights Road. And these items are things that will be donated to the Elk Grove Food Pantry in a township. So it's called Pack the Pantry, May 18th. The second thing I would like to announce is also from the Community Character Coalition, and as you may have noticed in front of me, I have actually a piece of chalk. And this chalk is in celebration of the new event that is coming up called Chalk It Up to Character. And Trustee Bush, who is also a member of the Community Character Coalition, is going to hand out some chalk to our village departments because they are going to participate in Chalk It Up to Character, which is a week of May 12th through the 18th. We ask everybody involved that wants to be involved, whether you're an artist or non-artist, to design and display positive images of character, whether it's a picture or a saying, and we want you to chalk it up. Elk Grove High School is going to chalk the walk around the high school. We have schools, churches, businesses, youth groups. Jerish Bakery is going to take place, so we're excited. We are really excited to chalk this village up with character. So May 12th through the 18th. Thank you, Trustee Bush. And that concludes my report.
And we got plenty of characters in Oak Grove to make it happen.
Yes,
so
we
you're,
do.
You're good with that.
It's family friendly, remember?
Trustee Bush.
Channel 6, we do have your Channel 6, we do have your chalk here. You can pick it up after. Once again, congratulations to the Public Works. In the year that I've been here, I think something for everyone to hear is how receptive they are to ideas or bringing things up and concerns and how quickly they respond. So we've seen with, last year that I've been here, people ask things the right way, and then some people just complain about things the wrong way. And so, if you bring something up to the board, we had something today about signs in a park, about dogs on leashes, and things get done here. So please, reach out to people, reach out to trustees if there is something that's up or that you want to see happen in the town. And then just add a point for Pack the Pantry. If you want to come to Jewel and you're shopping on that Saturday and you want to buy something and turn it in, that's great. But also if you make a run to another store at some other point and you just want to drop it off, there will be a list on the website of things that they are collecting. So you don't feel like if you just, oh my gosh, only have a minute to go and you just want to drop off, we'll gladly take anything. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Move on now. Accounts payable warrant for April 23rd, 2024.
I move that we approve the accounts payable warrant for April 23rd, 2024 in the amount of $418,278.28.
Second.
We have a motion by Trustee Prochnow, second by Trustee Miller. Jen, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Jerish?
Aye.
Trustee Miller?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Bush?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Tonight we have consent agenda items. We have A as in Albuquerque. This is going to be a tough one, through AD. Well, I guess we can just leave it AD, after death. I mean, makes sense. Yeah, could do that.
Advance or...
Yeah, something like that. I don't think I've ever seen one this long, but this is pretty impressive. We do want to amend item AB. The total amount of the contract should be $116,000. That's for our contract for a year of fireworks with Johnny Rocket. So the entire year, it's $116,000 for all the shows. Tree lighting, 4th of July, Roadie Fest, and all. So it's all included in the contract. So we want to amend that. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Trustee Frankie, second by Trustee Miller. Anybody in the audience here on the consent agenda items? Seeing none, hearing none, we record the vote as previously demonstrated, 6-0. We move on now to regular agenda. Mr. Roan?
We have 2 items under the regular agenda. Item A is Resolution 2624. And it's execution of the pre-annexation agreement for the annexation at 533 Ridge.
Okay, for people that didn't see it because it wasn't televised, we had a pre-annexation public hearing before the board meeting tonight. This is a home that's on Ridge in Brannickers, wanting to come into the village. Ridge is one of our streets. Their main reason for coming in, really the reason for coming in, is to get used to our water. They're on wells still in Brannickers, and this resident like to get Elk Grove water. The board's comfortable with that, so we're going to allow it to come in. They do have to pay the cost to hook the water up to the house and put in a sidewalk in front of their house. They have to pay those costs. Otherwise, there's no complaints. Motion, a vote?
Need to vote on it.
Vote. Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved.
So we have motion by trustee Bush, a second by trustee Jerish. Jen, call the roll, please.
Trustee Miller?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Bush?
Aye.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Jerish?
Aye.
Okay, second item, Mr.
Item B is Ordinance 3852. This ordinance will annex the property into the village and amend the zoning on the property at 533 Ridge.
Okay, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Miller, a second by trustee Schmidt. Jen, call the roll, please.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Bush?
Aye.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Jerish?
Aye.
Trustee Miller?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. I see no items as Plan Commission zoning.
No items under Plan Commission and no items under Zoning Board of Appeals.
I cannot remember the last time we had nothing even
We have items, they're just not
ready
ready to
yet.
go.
Okay. Recycling Waste Committee, trustee Jeffrey Charles Frankie.
Yes, this is last time I'll report that we have the paint and motor oil recycling coming up. It's on May 4th, Saturday, same day as our coffee with the board. So it's 9 o'clock to 12 at the Public Works facility on Devon. Just bring you can bring antifreeze, motor oil, and different paints and stains. No spray cans or things like that. Dried up paint you don't have to bring. You can throw that out in the garbage. But it needs to be in, all the items need to be in a container, not just like, say, a jar or something. It needs to be in a type of motor oil container or something. And you just pull in and we'll take the stuff out of your car and you'll move along. The line moves very quickly. So again, it's May 4th at 9 to 11.
And that's at the Public
9
Works?
to 12 at Public Works.
So it's on Devon. You can come down to the coffee with the board.
That's
It's on
right.
Devon.
Come
Right
on
off
down
Devon.
after you drop it off. That's all I have.
Thank you. Judiciary Planning and Zoning, trustee Prochnow.
No report.
Capital Improvements Committee, trustee Schmidt.
No report.
Cable Television Committee, trustee Jerish.
No report.
Youth Committee, trustee Bush.
Thank you for all the 17 students who turned in their youth committee scholarship. We'll commence with the reading this weekend and hopefully have the results for you the following and then award the awards May 28th. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Very good. Thank you. Information Committee, trustee Miller.
Thank you. The Village Newsletter, The Villager, is coming out soon. And there's so much information. I want to call everybody's attention to several things. I'm going to highlight Cop on a Rooftop. Are you going to be there, Chief Dorn? Yes. Yay, from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Dunkin' Donuts, May 17th. Write that in your calendars. Dunkin' Donuts, please make sure you are attending there and help celebrate Cop on a Rooftop.
Trustee Miller, what address, which one?
The Dunkin' Donuts on Town Center.
Oh, Town Center.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Celebrate Arbor Day on April 26th. That's this week at 10 a.m. The Public Works Department and Elk Grove Park District will host a tree planting ceremony at the Al Hattendorf Center, 10 a.m. I plan to attend. I'm excited about that because I think it's very important. Thank you for doing that, Public Works. We appreciate that. And as you already mentioned, Mayor, that the Public Works will be having their open house on May 18th from 9 to 1. And it's very informative, educational, and fun. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Miller. Business Leaders Forum, Trustee Schmidt.
No report.
Health Community Services Board.
Just one thing, I'd like to remind everyone of the upcoming blood drive on Saturday, May 11th, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. downstairs at Village Hall in room A, B, and C. Residents can make an appointment by calling 877-258-4825 or visiting www.vitalant.org. More information can be found at www.elkgrove.org/blood drive. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Personnel Committee, Trustee Schmidt.
No report.
There's no airport update, but I guess I should say something. You saw the articles coming out about the, I know Senator Duckworth thinks Western Access is coming, yada, yada, yada. We've been hearing Western Access for 30 years now, and they were very honest a few years ago when Rosie Andolino, who headed the airport at the time, said, not going to happen. So don't hold your breath. As much as you'd like to happen, not going to happen. Parade Committee, we have our meeting coming up May 6th, our next meeting. And our next board meeting, we should be announcing our Grand Marshal, so looking forward to that. The floats and the committees are coming in, so we're looking forward to a great parade in September. Midsummer Concert Classic, we talked about. Mr. Trino did a phenomenal job naming them. Special events, obviously Memorial Day coming up in about a month.
And we're
Indoors, rain, shine, hot, cold.
We are ready.
We're good there. No Liquor Commission report. Report from our beloved village manager.
No report.
Report from our village clerk.
No report.
Now, we're going to probably get the host for the national election in November, right? We think we're good?
Yes, I think we'll be perfectly
I know they
fine.
love it here. Good, very good. Let me look on to Mr. Storino. By the way, if anyone has don't recognize our attorney, you've met him before. Mr. Don Storino is our attorney tonight. Mr. Knickerbocker is away, but he'll be back next time. And Don, we always love having you here.
Thank you.
It is so nice to hear the professionalism. It's just so nice to hear that. I'm just not used to it, so thank you. And again, nothing under the attorney. Any new business items for trustees tonight?
I just want to say thank you to everybody for wishing me a happy birthday and providing such a wonderful evening for me. Thank you. Just where I wanted to be for my birthday with all of you.
Happy
Seriously.
birthday,
That's great. I'm not going to say any public comment. Any public comment tonight before we adjourn? Any questions, comments, concerns? Helen, nice crowd today.
It was very good. Everybody enjoyed it. You told them a lot of things. Hardly any questions because you told them everything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your hospitality. And now they're excited about Tapulpa, right?
Oh, yeah.
Last year, there was a fire event going on. Chief Michael had some kind of fire event going on last year, and I kind of was coaxed a little bit, and I said, okay. I bought pizza for everyone that day. Well, this year, I get done making my speech, and one of the seniors go, Mayor, are you buying us pizza again this year? So since the Rotary Club's doing pizza with them in June, I offered to buy them all Tapulpa. So they're going to have Tapulpa either in July or August. So we'll work it out. That seemed to go over pretty well.
Order whatever you want.
Yeah, they'll have margaritas. Don't worry, they'll have everything. They'll be fine. But a big crowd. They were waiting. You said since like 3:30 in the morning. They were waiting outside in line, and they stopped counting. I think at 3,000. They ran. But it turned out well. And there's still one person that showed up for the trustees report. The one person, so that was fine. But no, it went very well. Thank you, Helen. You do a great job. You do a good job moderating. Okay, with no other comments, Mr. Shaw, how are you doing tonight?
Excellent.
For a very good fitness center tomorrow morning? Okay, we'll see you then. And seeing nothing else, hearing nothing else, I need a motion. Look at that, 1 hour.
That's pretty good. That's.
Is he impressed?
I'm impressed.
He
Whoa.
hasn't sat through what we sat through.
If Mr. Strino's impressed, then I'm impressed. So I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Trustee Miller, second by Trustee Jerish. Jen, one more time, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Bush?
Aye.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Jerish?
Aye.
Trustee Miller?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn passes 6-0. Folks, we'll see you in 3 weeks in May 14th. Meeting adjourned.